Hey guys, I'm Jeff the Homestead, and welcome to the Homestead. I tell, I'm in the bus. So, this is the most recent bus video. The last one you guys saw me put the solar panel to charge the battery. That is still working well. I've got the magnet on it that has the hook. Somebody had suggested, and I can't remember who it is right now, gluing some magnets to the back of the panel, and that's a great idea. I will do that at some point. That's an awesome idea. But for now, that's working. While the bus isn't moving, that's working well. Today, Jonah's going to be helping me. I'm having a feeling somebody else or some other kids will come out and help. But we're going to try to get the rest of the nails and the bolts that had held the floor in. I'll help you with that in just a second, bud. He needs help adjusting the vice grips. Getting all of those out of the bus. So, let me see if I can find one or two or three of them. So there's one right here. Let me turn the camera around and show you guys. Right here, there's a little stud that held the floor in. So if we do okay, we can take a vice grips and kind of spin those out. There might be some nails up in the floor up here, but I need to get some of this stuff out. I also need to get this out. I forgot about this. I need to look underneath the dash and see if there's one more knob to shut this off. I've already shut off the heater, the pipes on the engine side of the compartment. Somebody had told me that there might be knobs on the inside, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it outside, take these pipes off, and empty them into 5-gallon buckets so that I can go to dispose of it at a oil change place or wherever they'll take coolant. So I found a new channel to me that had done a bus renovation. He had a prison bus and renovated it into a camper. The channel is, I believe, Meta Spencer. And the dude is great, has been answering a ton of questions. And one of the things that he did, he had, it seemed more he had more rust like this, more around the bus than do we. We don't have a whole lot of rust. But he just took a wire brush to it and got the surface stuff off and then used the rust converter, painted that on the entire floor, and then painted rust prevention paint on top of it and called it good, rather than grinding everything off with a flat disc. And I asked him about it, and he said his point of view was, there's rust on the bottom. Why go to why go so far as to grind everything off when at some point rust from the bottom will probably come through? So I agree with that. I don't know if at some point I will use rust converter on the bottom, but anyway, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see which goes faster. I think we're going to try to get this all cleaned up, get all the nails, all the bolts out of here, vacuum this up, sweep this up, get this clean so that we can start to wire brush it, see what we need to do. Once we can wire brush it, we can vacuum and clean it again, and then we can paint that stuff and the converter, and then paint it and start moving forward. So that's the plan. I mean, we're almost done with the bus at this point. I mean, it's pretty close. All we got to do is weld all the holes shut on the floor, and then use the rust converter, and then paint it, and then put the subfloor in with insulation, and then start building walls and put electrical in and plumbing. And I mean, so we're pretty much there. But since that list took a while, let's get going. girls are using some magnets and they're going around and picking up all the screws. Is there stuff in there?
These off in here?
Yeah. You're gonna have to maybe use a screwdriver or something to scrape them off. Just don't hurt your hand. So they're going through, they're getting all the screws and nails out of here. You might be able to see we took some of the metal out and the bulkheads out. The metal's right here. I'm actually gonna take all this metal out of here as well. So the ideal tool for what they're doing right now is one of those metal rollers to get stuff off the ground. I don't have one of those. So I've got a metal or a magnetic tool holder and then just a really strong magnet. So they're going along and they're doing that. Then we're gonna just pick up the big chunks with a broom and then we're gonna use the vacuum. I'm gonna go get the shop vac and I've got like a 20-foot hose. We'll do half of it from the back side and half of it from the front side. Try to keep the dust from just spraying everywhere by vacuuming it. So I'm gonna go grab the vacuum. Well, right after I took that last video, I lost my help. The stuff that we're doing is kind of boring, and I don't blame them, but they always ask for stuff to do, and then I say, hey, you could go get those screws and nails out, and I've said that many times, and they haven't all gotten out. Now it only took me 20 minutes to do, but that's 20 minutes I could have done something else. So they were getting some of the screws out. I swept up all the big chunks. If I come over here, I can show you, this is the emptiest this bus has ever been. The floor is all out. The bolts and nails are all out. So I just swept the big chunks. I'm gonna grab the shop vac. We're gonna vacuum this out, and then it'll be pretty darn clean in here. Then I can start thinking about wire wheeling it or flap disking it, and then using the rust converter, which I still need to buy. So I got the back half of the bus vacuumed. It's funny because I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but if I come to here, like I can see right in front of the wheel wells is where it's dirty and hasn't been vacuumed yet. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. Still got stuff going on. Anyway, I'm trying to get this all done. I'll probably go over it one more time after I get it all vacuumed so I can really get it vacuumed good. But it's interesting to see like what the rust looks like after you vacuum it, because this stuff is all pretty bright red now and it was darker brown. So I've gotten the dirt and stuff off of it, and there's definitely some flakes on it that need to be ground or wire brushed off. But one spot that I knew I was going to have, a couple spots I knew I was going to have some problems with and are a little bit worse than I thought, are right here on the back side of the wheel wells. Let me turn the camera on, I'll show you, it'll be easier. So you can see this floor has all started to rust away. There's like a piece here that covers the wheel well. The wheel well itself actually looks okay, but this part right here must have, based on the way they are parking it or something, must have held water, because right above the wheel well here and right here is rusty. Now there's, I don't know if you can see, right here is a box channel and it goes all the way underneath over here. So it goes right along here. I've got to decide if I want to cut out this piece right here and weld in a new piece that goes from here all the way over to the wheel well. Same thing over here. You can kind of see down to the ground on this one. So I've got to figure out, like, this is actually much better though, but if I mess with this, you can see down in there. So I've got to figure out what I want to do with that. But I'm going to go ahead and vacuum the rest of this. I've been vacuuming what I'll call the chair rail there, where the chairs were bolted in. And Then at least we'll have a good look at what we're dealing with. Well, I've got the bus floor cleaned out. I've got to figure out, the next step is I need to figure out what to do with this kind of stuff. Obviously there's flakes on here I've got to get out, but do I totally grind it down, or do I just wire wheel it, get all the flaky stuff off, and then convert it? Before I do that, I should probably get this floor out and the floor down the steps out. I may need to replace a small piece. Let me turn the camera around. May need to replace a strip of the floor along here, although this is pretty solid. Over here you can see there's a little hole right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there's a little hole right there, and it gets a little bit thin over here. And then obviously again over by the wheel wells, I'll probably need to patch some stuff, but the rest of the floor is pretty stinking good. I think what I'm going to do is wash down the walls and the floor, and probably wire wheel the chair rail any place where it looks like it might have started rusting a little bit, because these walls are all steel as well. I'm not messing with those. I'm leaving those up. You've seen some people probably take them out and then use that. I'm just leaving them there, and I'm going to screw right into the walls. So I'm going to clean those up, paint the walls from the windows down with, I'll treat the rust where it is, like over here, and then I'm going to paint them with the rust preventative paint, and then I'll paint the floor after I take care of all that as well. So if you have any tips on or suggestions as to what you think I should do with regards to the floor, wire wheel it, get most of the stuff off, and then convert it, or flap disc it and get it down to bare metal and then prevent it, what do you think? I mean, I think places like up here by the driver's seat and the wheel wells, I may actually get underneath, try to scrape out anything that I can find, you know, that's flaky, and then convert it and see if that buys me more time that way. But that's what I'm thinking. Also, update on my floor plan. I may do like a, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, it's just Homestead Dad on Instagram. Follow me there. I think I'm going to do a quick update there about what I have removed from the floor plan, or that'll be in a new video. Leave in the comments what you think it might be that I'm leaving out of the floor plan. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go back in and hang out with family. It's actually Easter Sunday. We've done family stuff all day, but I wanted to get out here and try to get some stuff done. So I'm going to go back in and hang out with family again. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you and your family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. There's the piggies over there. See the piggies? And there's one of the horses way over there. And the other horse is behind there. Oops, sorry. And the goats and the chickens. Not a bad view for working on the bus, huh?